Welcome to this episode of RUFG's Adventures, where you never actually know what we're going to discuss. Today we'll be building a recessed trolley motor foot pedal for my Bass Cat Calico. So I've had the Calico for going on 3 years, and it's a great boat. But my one of my few complaints is that the trolley motor foot pedal sits on the deck, and that's all just due to the fact that the front of the boat is, the front of the boat has this rather short deck space in front of the windshield. So in that area, because the boat is only 18 foot and it's fairly wide, it tends to turn left or right really easily when you're on the trolling motor. You know, spot lock is fine. I got a Ultrex now, and I'm going to go to a Garmin Force shortly, as soon as it gets into stock. I've heard another month or so. But in the meantime, I'm installing a Panoptix, and also and then a new Garmin 9-inch unit for the front on a balls out double mount. Just trying to make this boat fish as much like a Bass Cat bass boat as I can. So certainly thankful to have the high sides and the big windshield when the water starts, when the chop starts, wind starts blowing and you're out, 15, 20, 30 miles, whatever, enough to cause to run through a chop. And if you got to run the wrong way, that walk through windshield is a nice touch to have. So one of the first things that I did after I got the boat was build a front deck extension. So I got a piece of 1.25 inch or 1.5 inch king starboard or king board, basically dimensional lumber that will never rot. So I didn't really want to mess with a gel coat and fiberglass. I've had those experiences in life, and you're itchy, and it's a process. And if you don't have the time to do it, it's not tough to do right, but it's just time consuming, and I don't have as much time as I'd like. So what I did was I cut out pieces of starboard. We're still in the we haven't reached final assembly yet, but I've cut out pieces of starboard to make 2 supports, and then this big piece of 1 inch starboard here sits on top, and we're going to run a couple of stainless steel screws to create kind of a tabletop, if you will. And then I got starboard with this non-skid pattern and rounded it to meet the corners here, meet the corner here, rounded it here on the bandsaw, and then cut to kind of fit this little contour here, which you see in the corner. So next video you see, this will all be cleaned up. This is all the wiring for the Lowrance HDS 9 and the Garmin 93 Ultra 93 SV. Inside the rod locker here is the Garmin Panoptix brain unit. So I have wires run, and I've created a NEMA 2000 network for sharing information across the radio, across units, and waypoints when my second Garmin unit comes in. So originally we had a Sony stereo in here, and it had a USB cord connection in the back, but I wanted something Bluetooth because I have Sirius XM on my phone, and it would just be so easy to do Bluetooth. So I ended up with purchasing the Fusion MSRA 79 NSX, and it is a Bluetooth and Sirius XM ready stereo. So I made a little trim plate here. I'm going to change these to white shortly once I get this thing buttoned back up. which is going to happen here quickly because it's Friday the 7th of May, and the Sturgeon Bay Open is 1 week from today. So it's final preparation time, getting this all buttoned up so that we can be focused and spend the time in the tournament maximizing our efficiency and maximizing our effort, right? Time is a valuable commodity for me, and we're gonna get a couple days of practice in up north, and then hopefully we get dialed in. Right? It's not the first time I've been up there, so I feel like I have an idea of what to do and where to go. So we'll see how that shakes out. Here's one of the side pieces to form the size of the cooler lid was so big that when the foot pedal sits in it, you'd have a lot of space available to break an ankle or something. So I decided to build these little side pieces out of non-skid starboard as an attached side piece here that's gonna get screwed up from underneath and connect this whole piece together. All right, well, we got the double balls out mount, bow mount, dual balls out bow mount mounted, reinforced behind here, rubber washers, pretty well set up. The Garmin on top, Lowrance here for now. We also got the tray dropped in. I haven't finalized whether or not we're going to use the supports underneath, but that'll be I think that'll be tomorrow's project. I think we're going to call it good for now.